Everyone loves new construction. There's no doubt about that. There's something special about moving into a home that is essentially brand new. But one of the trade-offs with new construction is that the communities often feel somewhat sterile. Yeah, sure, you've got some trees, but they're like this big, and a lot of times the houses feel pretty cookie cutter. Well, that's not the case with my new listing at 2840 Southeast 20th Avenue in Battleground. This property offers you the best of both worlds. Here you have an incredible home that was built just 2 years ago. It's in immaculate shape, but it's also in a community that is filled with tons of character and backs up to one of the most special natural areas in all of Battleground. I can't wait to show you more about it. So let's start with the home. Now, this home was built just 2 years ago by award-winning local builder New Tradition Homes. Now, New Tradition has been around in Clark County for decades now, and they've got one of the best reputations for the way that they build with quality, care for their customers, and for being a leader in energy-efficient building practices. And this home exemplifies all of those things. So let's start with some facts about the home. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 2,168 square feet, but it feels so much bigger than that. That's because of how smart the builder was when they created this floor plan. It's got a very, very open main floor. The great room truly is great. It's just an enormous space. And then that opens up into your dining room as well as a very generously sized kitchen. It's an awesome area to hang out, whether you're hosting or just looking to unwind at the end of the day. And then upstairs, you have 4 bedrooms that are all really, really well sized. I've run into a lot of homes around this square footage where they call it a bedroom, but you could barely fit a twin bed in there. Well, that's not the case in this house. Every single room is a really good size. It's just a very thoughtful, well-designed floor plan. The finishes on this home is another area where this property absolutely shines. As you come inside of the house, one of the first things you notice is that the main floor is covered in laminate flooring. Then as you move into the kitchen, you're welcomed by beautiful quartz countertops, custom designed Northwood cabinetry with this beautiful range hood that's right above your in-countertop 36-inch gas cooktop. And then you've also got an in-wall oven. As you move into the great room, you've got a beautiful fireplace with shiplap surround. Throughout the home, you're going to find large 5¼ baseboards with full wood wrap around all your door frames and windows. The carpet has been upgraded. There's a very plush pad underneath. And then in the primary, one of my favorite things of all is the primary shower. You've got your mud set tile floor, tile walls, frameless glass door. It is a luxurious place to live. Facts, features, finishes, all of those things are important, but as I mentioned, one of the things that New Tradition has built their reputation on is energy efficient building. This is another area that this home stands out. There's so many things that the builder has done to make this an energy efficient home. You've got things like a 98% efficient gas furnace. You've got Energy Star certified air conditioning already installed. You've got a hybrid heat pump and electric water heater. And hidden behind the walls gets even more impressive. New Tradition was one of the first builders to figure out how to run all of the HVAC in the air-conditioned space of the home. And by keeping all of the ductwork in what they call the envelope of the home, not going up into the attic or down into the crawl space, your furnace doesn't have to work nearly as hard. So next, let's talk about the neighborhood. This is the Cedars Landing community, which was built up 3 or 4 years ago by some of the most well-known builders. As we mentioned, this is an example of a New Tradition home, but you also had Generation Homes and Pacific Lifestyle Homes in this neighborhood as well. And one of the benefits to being in a neighborhood with 3 different builders is that you have a lot of aesthetic variety as you move through the neighborhood. It doesn't feel cookie cutter. One of the other things that I love about this neighborhood is that because it was built backing up to an old golf course, now natural area, the neighborhood streets follow the contours of the old golf course. So it doesn't feel like this grid like a lot of modern neighborhoods do. It's just a very pleasant place both to drive and walk through. You've got a real mix of homes ranging from 1,800 square foot single level homes all the way up to some 4,000 square foot homes with walkout basements. Speaking of walking through the neighborhood, one of the things that you'll appreciate most is just how peaceful it is walking through here. Now, pretty much anywhere you look, you've got territorial views of either Mount Hood or the Gifford-Pinot National Forest or just beautiful evergreen treetops that surround the whole community. You've also got a little playground, and I think best of all is that the community backs up to the Gordy-Jolma family natural area. All right, one of the best parts about living in the Cedars Landing community is that it backs up to the Gordy-Jolma family natural area. This is a 134-acre park that is one of my favorite spots in all of Clark County. Now, when I was training for my triathlon last year, I spent hours upon hours pounding these very trails. Now, the history of this place is that it used to be an 18-hole golf course, the Cedars Golf Course. But a couple of years ago, Clark County purchased it. They repurposed the golf cart paths to make them perfect for walking, running, biking, hanging out with the family. It's awesome for fishing with Salmon Creek running right through here. It's just a fantastic spot and a really wonderful amenity to the Cedars Landing community. So Battleground is truly the gateway to some of the best natural areas in all of Clark County, but you get all of that without having to sacrifice the amenities of being in a great town. You've got tons of local shops and restaurants and cafes. There's definitely a support local, buy local vibe within Battleground. Fantastic spot to be for entrepreneurs or people that just love those mom and pop shops. But as the city has grown, you also have all of the big grocery stores, you've got the hardware stores, you've got medical clinics, everything that you need on a day-to-day level. But then you're only 7 miles from the nearest hospital, 12 miles from the Portland airport, 25 miles from downtown Portland. You're really just a half-hour drive from absolutely anything you could possibly need in Clark County. There's just so much to love about this home. The home itself is fantastic. The location really can't be beat, especially if what you're looking for is the benefits of essentially a brand new home while not having to trade off the enjoyment of a more established feeling neighborhood and area.